Words of the Spirit 10:23-24. Testify of your Master. I speak unto you this day, and I say, if I am your Master, then you are meant to give testimony of me and what I have done for you. Those who are withholding testimony of me are foolish children, for they are basically allowing themselves to be under the auspices of demons by hiding my light. When I give light unto people through salvation by believing upon Jesus, they are meant to let that light shine forth and declare what I have done for them. I do not want the ones who are mine to be found in desolation of soul, because they are not letting the light within them shine forth. So often those who are mine are reluctant to testify of me, and therefore they remain silent, while those who are ruled by the devil and his demons are ever testifying of the powers of darkness and evil. Then the majority are swept up in the deceitfulness being broadcast as the nations and the world go into greater darkness. Then they are far from the truth and the light that I intend for them to walk in. Be aware that I do not want my people to be found guilty of remaining silent, and by their refusal to testify of me and my kingdom, contributing to the rise of darkness and evil. I do not want my people knowing the truth, yet not contending for the truth. When those who are mine will stand valiant for the truth and willingly declare the same, then are people enabled to see both sides and choose who they want to serve. The reality is that there are endless voices of deception in the world in these times, and the spread of increased technology has made many of these voices available to all parts of the globe. By such so-called advancements, if the true believers do not stand for the truth, the whole world is covered in and controlled by darkness, and the devil and his demons remain in power. This is not the time for the true united believers to remain in silence. This is the time for all who truly believe the gospel message to rise up and become warriors for righteousness and testify of my kingdom. Stop and consider the evil daily being promoted by media and her minions. The power of their voices is at times unbearable to those who know the difference between the truth and the lies that are being openly declared. My people are meant to see that if they do not participate in the battle against the evil forces who are found in the spirit dimension, they are failing me. Be knowing of a surety that I do not save people for them to live comfortable, self-centered lives and do only as they please. No, I give people salvation for them to serve me and work as co-laborers with Jesus, my Son, and in cooperation and obedience to the commands of my Holy Spirit. With these truths in mind, realize that you are called to be showing forth my glory and my power in the midst of a sin-sick and perverse generation, when the multitudes are dying in deception and being damned. The goal of those who are true followers of my Son Jesus is not to see people damned. Rather, the goal is to see them saved from the penalty of their sins. When they are saved, then they are to testify of me, my Son, my Spirit, and my kingdom, because they realize they have been spared from damnation. If you look at the condition of the nations in these times, how many leaders are motivated by demons and giving forth the devil's agenda and causing destruction, desolation, destitution, and damnation of souls. Be aware that I do not want the enemy forces to reap the harvest, because there are not enough laborers who will declare my kingdom. Therefore realize that there is no reason to be inactive when you can be full of action for me and the kingdom that remains. It is one thing to walk afar off from me. It is another thing to be able to testify continually of the truth and the freedom it brings. Those who have experienced prison in the natural physical sense are well aware that the existence in captivity is boring, tedious, and very confining. The ones who are regarded as the criminals are kept in bondage because of their crimes, real or imagined, and are not free to exist outside of the limitations that are upon them. It is not my intention for my people to live in such conditions because they are living in the shackles of fear. I want my people to be found living in faith and trusting me. In the midst of these times of local, national, and global darkness, when my people are continually bearing testimony of me, they will be full of the light and able to proclaim and declare of a surety that it is me that they serve. There is need in these times of gross darkness and continual spread of abominable sins and moral decay for my people to testify of me as their master. Do not set back in the comfort and complacency that has put multitudes to sleep in false security. Rather, enlist in the ranks of the warriors for righteousness and openly declare that you are not going to stand by and let the devil and his demons cause people to be destroyed and damned by lies. The more that my people will enter into the battle for souls, the more that people will be able to see that they have a choice and that they do not need to live in the prison houses of lies and misery. Rather, they can listen to the truth, see the light, and make their choices to live for my kingdom rather than the kingdoms of darkness and death. Be thankful this day for the privilege to be redeemed and given the power to testify of me, my Son, my Spirit, and my kingdom. Thank me that you are mastered by me.